Alright YouTube, what is happening? Got another video for you today. Looking at a Wii knife. It's part of our pass around group. And this is actually not just a knife. Cool case though. The knives don't usually come in this case. I think this pen did. But this is the Wii knife's titanium bolt action pen. They sent this along with the Wii knife's Bishop. So this is I'm up on the pass around the time for the Bishop and the pen, so here's our video on it. I really like the Bishop, let me tell you. It's one of those Wii knives. When it came out, when it was introduced, I was very interested in reviewing it, looking at, getting a chance to check it out. So oops. Accidentally locked my daughter out of the iPhone. Too many incorrect codes. Anyway, sorry about that. Distractions. So the Bishop, very, very nice design. Really like this one. I believe this is an in-house design from Wii Knives. Named by our very own Zell. He actually named this one the Bishop. So let's go over the basic specs real quick. You're looking at 8 inches overall. 3.5 inches on the blade, 3 1/4 on the cutting edge, 1.25 on the width, M390 blade, still drop point with a flat grind and stonewash finish. It's pretty heavy stonewash. Handle's 4.5 inches, and it's 0.54 inches thick. This is the carbon fiber and bronze version. Also comes in what were the other colors? Maybe blue? Yeah, there's a blue and just regular titanium, gray titanium. So these come in around 253 bucks. Pretty standard for Wii knives. And when you consider the materials used and the fit and finish and everything, it is very good. Now the pen, on the other hand, let's see if we can find that. I don't have a whole lot of information on this pen. So not much was given to us. It was just kind of sent like this. It is titanium, and it is anodized purple, obviously. Let me see if I can find more information on it. Just Wii Bishop and pen. All right. Is the silence making you uncomfortable? Sorry. Just trying to find... Here we go. Oh, this isn't the same one. This is a different model. Looks like they have a few models of pens. I didn't know that. Wow. Oh, here we go. TP-03 is this one. And it comes in gray, purple, and blue. $66. Pretty good deal when you consider it's a titanium bolt action pen. I believe the felt holder pens are over $100. They're titanium and they've got a striker glass breaker here on the tip, carbide glass breaker that's really subdued and you can barely notice it's there, which is pretty cool. Nice titanium pocket clip. Yeah, doesn't really specify what kind of ink cartridge it takes. Very lightweight, weighs 1.2 ounces. Let's see if we can... Looks like it's a one-piece design. This should be removable as well. Really cool anodization on this guy. Let's carefully open this. You got no ring on there. See if we can identify the type of... It's kind of getting stuck on there. So I'm assuming it's replaceable. It has to be. But it is somehow attached to the mechanism. There we go. Got it. Schmidt Megaline M950. Nice. I figured it would have some sort of... Schmidt refills are really high quality. If you guys are into pens, you know the Schmidt is a good brand for refills. So there you go. Simple construction. Schmidt refill. Got the spring there, as you'd expect, with the O-ring. Screws on. Nice action on the bolt action. Really like that. Very cool pen. It's comfortable in the hand as well. Yeah, I like how it writes. It's small, not very big. Nice action on it. Nice pocket clip, and it has the glass breaker. That's not obnoxious and big and pokey. That's gonna bug you. This actually just works nicely as a pen. Doesn't really have any hot spots to think of. Pretty small, compact. 66 bucks. That's a good deal. That's on Blade HQ. So nice. The pen is definitely cool. All right, let's talk about the knife though. That's more what I'm interested in, but. Pens are nice. I like pens and nicer pens. I mostly use Zebra pens just because they're awesome for the money. But let's talk more about the Bishop. So this is the color combination I would choose if I had to pick one of these. This is definitely what I would pick. The bronze looks super good. I am a little, well, we'll go over the same kind of review guidelines that you typically stick with. So starting with the fit and finish is exactly what you would expect from Wii knives. Just typical, very high quality fit and finish on this knife. I mean, if you've ever had a Wii or if you haven't had a Wii, you should definitely get one because they are right up there with, well, I've got one right here. Riot as the top manufacturer of Chinese-made knives, in my opinion. These two right here are really kind of a step above everything else. Riot makes less folders, and I think works with a lot of OEMs, not necessarily OEMs, but like designers like Leon Ma. They do all of his knives. They have their own designs. This is a Tashi Barucha design here. So they do less knives, and Wii is definitely out there manufacturing knives like crazy, almost too much. It's kind of hard to keep up with all their models that they have out there. So, but excellent fit and finish as you'd expect. I mean, nice seamless transition between this brass titanium bolster, bronze titanium bolster, and carbon fiber. The carbon fiber is very, very nice. No voids in the carbon fiber. Screws sit all flush, which is really nice. Nice fit, nice touch there. Again, nice seamless transition here. Nice backspacer. I mean, just an overall really nicely finished knife, especially for the money. How are the ergonomics? The ergonomics are really good. It's a very... one thing we forgot to do before I jump into ergos, and this does have to do with ergonomics, is size comparisons. So here is a large Sabenza. This is the drop point, obviously, and the Bishop's just a slightly smaller knife, barely noticeable. Let's do the small Sabenza, so you get a good look at this size-wise. So it's kind of in between the small. Well, it is in between the small and large. And then how about the 940? That's a good size comparison as well. Those are about identical in size. So if you like the size of the 940, you'll definitely like the size of the Bishop. Now that's the one dimension they're the same is overall length. I would say definitely this knife's a lot thicker and it has much broader blade than like a 940. But the ergonomics are really good. Really comfortable handle. Just giving you an idea what the knife looks like in hand from both ways. You can see I have a really nice grip on this knife with 4 fingers easily. Jimping's right where it should be on this thumb ramp. It's amazing how many knives don't get that right, but this one got it right. Nice jimping on the thumb ramp. So very comfortable hand. No fatigue in cutting. When I did some testing with some cardboard, did a lot of cuts. There was no fatigue at all with cutting. So very nice ergonomics. The aesthetics are really nice as well. I really like the Wii opening hole. It's different, obviously, than like a Spidey hole, or like this, hole here on the Tashi. I wish I had the Spidey here, my smock, but it's kind of like a bird's eye almost, a bird eye, we'll call it. really good looking, works really well, also very functional. Really easy to open the knife with that method, but I really like that. This is a good looking overall blade, just a really handsome looking knife with that bolster. Some people don't like bolsters, you may be turned off by that. But really the bronze carbon fiber goes so well together, and the blade with that heavy stonewash finish looks really good. So a very, very aesthetically pleasing knife. Obviously available in a few different colors, but again, this is definitely the color that I would go with if I were going to pick one up. How's the action? The action is really nice, as you can see. It's a great flipper. It does have jimping on the flipper tab as well right there. Flips pretty effortlessly. Very nice detent. But it also will open with your thumb or your middle finger. Middle finger is a little hard on this knife. I think it has to do with the detent, but it definitely works, and you can see I'm doing it. But it's not. It takes a little effort to flick that middle finger, so the detent is definitely more set up for flipping. But you have multiple ways to open the knife, which is always a good thing in my opinion. Nice smooth action on bearings, obviously. Just drops shut. So yeah, what you'd expect from a Wii flipper. Again, nothing out of the ordinary here. Sliceability is where it gets a little weird. My last few knives of Wii that I've had and reviewed have all been really thin behind the edge. I kind of assumed this knife would be, and it's really not. That's kind of the weird thing. So it is it's 0.034 inches. So it's pretty thick. It's got pretty thick. I think the smallest it goes down to is 0.0305 towards this, just past this belly, kind of like where this belly is, towards the tip. And then back here, it's even 0.0325. So it's pretty thick behind the edge. It's not horrible. It's not like pry bar or anything, but it's a little thicker than I would expect from Wii, which actually I noticed when cutting with this knife on my cardboard test, it felt like it was kind of pushing through it and kind of tearing it more than just slicing it, because it was a little thicker. So that was actually surprising to me. I would like to see it a lot thinner, especially with the flat grind like this. I would expect it to be thinner behind the edge, and it's pretty thick. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The Sabenzas are thinner behind the edge. Most of the Wiis that I've seen have been thinner behind the edge than that. So kind of surprised by that. How does it carry? It has a nice clip. Typical Wii titanium pocket clip. It's a well-designed clip. I like that they stick with it on all their knives. They don't get crazy, and well, not all of their knives, but majority of their knives they stick with this clip, and they don't get crazy out of control. I mean, it works well. It's not deep carry. You know, it has that much of the knife sticking out. You do have a lanyard attachment there if you want to throw a lanyard on there. I don't think you'd need it though. Well, I definitely don't. But one thing I will say about this clip that's kind of strange is it looks like it's bronze, but it's actually not. It's more of just the gray finish. I would like to see them kind of finish this in bronze. I know when you're looking at it right here, you're probably thinking, no, it's not. It's bronze, but it's really not. When you look at it up close, it's more of a gray. But the clip works and functions well, and it's going to carry a little wide in the pocket and a little long, because it's a little bit wide this way. Not terribly bad. That zeroed. Your widest point, you're looking at 1.38 inches. Obviously not counting the flipper tab sticking out, but a little bit wider than I like to carry typically. I like them a little thin. I did enjoy carrying and using this knife, so it wasn't a big deal, but just something to keep in mind. Value-wise, you're looking at $253 is what I said, I believe, $259, somewhere around there, the $250 mark, and that's a good deal. But it's pretty typical for Wii. It's nothing crazy good, like, oh my gosh, you're getting such an amazing deal, but you're also getting really high quality, good materials. You know, M390 carbon fiber, some anodizing. I mean, it's right where it probably should be. It's a good sized knife too. It's not too small. Then you're charging, a lot more money for being small. No, it's right where it the value is where it should be. What's the X factor in this guy? I always liked the Bishop. I think I like the Deacon better though. The two kind of new models that really stuck out to me this year so far for Wii that I've reviewed. I liked the Deacon a little bit better. It's a little slimmer, it's thinner behind the edge, cut better. It was like a slicier blade. I just appreciate a more slicier blade. This is kind of more of a robust, hard use knife, I guess we'd call it. We're gonna put that air quotes on hard use. But then again, you also have this fancy carbon fiber and brass, so it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of in the weird spectrum where you think it would be light and slicey and such, but it's actually kind of wider and it's not heavy by any means. Where's my scale at? I don't think I did the specs on this weight, so let's grab it. Sorry about that ruckus. I think it's probably, yeah, just under 4 ounces, 3.8. So pretty light for its size. You guys can't see that. I just realized that. 3.9. I'm getting low. Oh, low battery. I'm getting low. Get it? 3.9 ounces. So just shy of 4 ounces on this guy, and that's not bad for its size at all. So it is pretty light. But you know, I think for me, why I think it's a great knife, and I think you should pick one up if you're, you know, why I wouldn't. I'm not saying that I would, that you shouldn't, but why I didn't or want to end up purchasing this knife after using it through the pass around, had a lot to do with the thickness behind the edge and the blade. Other than that, I would totally pick one up. I wish they'd just thinned it out a little bit better, and I'd probably be really on board. Also, kind of the width of the blade. It's kind of got a wild, not wild. It's got just a wider blade profile than I typically like as well. But other than that, I think another fantastic knife from We Knives. The Bishop, really, really good looking knife. Really aesthetically pleasing, nice action, good materials, good value. So definitely a winner for We.